Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how to change a flat tire on a bicycle. Right now my tire is not flat, but I'm going to still show you how to do it on my tire. One of the biggest things that you're going to want to do before you even take off your tire is notice that the logo is going to be installed directly by your stem. So with that, once you take off the tire, that's very useful because usually I like to keep the tube, reinflate it, and you can typically see where the tube has a hole in it. So if you know that if the tube has a hole on the outside and say it lines up right here with the tire, well then there's probably something in your tire right there that caused it to be flat. So you want to remove that and make sure that you don't get another flat on the tube that you just installed. Now, if it's on the inside of the tube, you know that you were riding with too low tire pressure and you probably hit a rock and pinched it. So if you have a through axle, one thing that you're going to need is a 6mm Allen wrench. So we're going to take this off. Now again, my tire is not flat, so we're going to let all the air out. However, even if you don't, or you do have a flat in your tube, there might still be some air left over in it. So you still want to remove all the air because that's what is going to make it easiest to get the tire off. All right, now the next thing that you're going to want is a tire lever. I would highly recommend a bicycle specific tire lever. Preferably one that's hard plastic, not metal. A lot of people will try and use screwdrivers. Yeah, you can do it with the screwdriver, but you're likely to pinch your tube again anyway. So you might as well go to the store, buy $10 tire levers rather than spend $20 in tubes. Now, if you're really good, sometimes you can take it off without a tire lever or a screwdriver. But what I like to do is make sure that the bead of the tire, so this is the bead, is all the way in the middle on both sides. That is what is going to get the tire loosest so that you can take it off. Now, you're going to grab your tire lever. I always start after the valve here. Dip it in, pry it off, and then push. Again, I always use plastic just because I never want to scrape the rim. I like my stuff to look as brand new as possible. Now, you don't have to take the tire completely off. All you have to do is grab it, pull it out of here. Now, these are Presta valves, so they are screwed on right there. So you just want to take that off. There you go. And now what I like to do with the flat tire is pump it up and then find where the hole is, again, so you can find if there's anything that you need to replace on the tire or take anything out of the tire. Now to put it back on, you just put the valve through there and then line it through. What I'm actually going to do is I need to reverse the direction my tire is, so I'm actually show you how to do that as well. The reason I'm reversing it is because it came installed like that wrong through the factory. All right, so I did put a little bit air in this tube just because it does make it quite a bit easier to install. You know that you're installing it correctly as well. No twists or turns in there. It's easy to do when the tube is flat. So again, you just put the valve in first, and then I like to push it through, make sure it's on the center of the rim. And then the easiest way for me is to put it on my lap here. And then I start here at the valve, slowly work my way down. Now you will notice that you might have to let some air out of the tire to get it back on. So it might seem counterproductive to put air in it to let air out, but again, I assure you it's going to be a lot easier to do it this way than a completely flat tube. Okay. Now I like to grab and pry. I've changed a lot of flats in my day, so some people do have a really hard time when they get to this point. You can use a tire lever at this point. You just need to be very careful because the tube does fill up that tire. So you don't want to put the tire lever in there and then pinch that tube. So being very careful that you're staying along the rim. You can pry that tire right up there. Again, you can even see the tube right in there. You probably can't see it in the video, but you'll see it in person. And there you are, it's on. Last thing you have to do is just pump it up and put it on the bike.